Hi.
Enjoy just going up these stairs here. We'll have fantastic pictures in the cabin as well, so don't you worry.
My name's Charlie Brown. I'm the safety manager for this operation here at G-VROY. So I've got a couple of points I just need to take you through. It's over to Chief People Officer, Estelle Hollingsworth, who's going to do you an introduction, and I'll come back and we'll sort out the talking. Guys, have a great day. Estelle?
Amazing. So thank you so much, everybody. It's been so brilliant chatting to all of you actually during the period when we were just getting on board, and I'm so delighted to welcome you to G-VROY, otherwise known as Pretty Woman, and feel super privileged to be here with you today to say goodbye to this iconic aircraft that I know the sizzle and the passion that we put in on board was just incredible. So thank you so much for being here today. As Charlie said, I'm Estelle Hollingsworth. I'm the Chief People Officer. Prior to that, I was the Vice President of Cabin, so crew and our pilots today. I know a lot of you have flown on the aircraft already, which is fantastic. I've done as well many times, and everyone has so much love for the aircraft. It's quite incredible. And I think we were talking earlier about the appealing emotion that this is the last ever 737 Boeing 737 in the air is absolutely something to live and experience today like we never had before. Certainly it was live, it's been part of our journey throughout the first 6 years of Virgin Atlantic, first taking our customers in 1984 to Newark through the 777 lease by Richard Branson, and we've had 13 aircraft flying gracefully through our skies during that period of time, which is just again fantastic to see. I think from a people side as well, I feel hugely privileged that we've had people like Yvonne
Estelle. Okay guys, we're going to start your tour for you. So as explained earlier, we're going to bring you, now some of you are obviously in pairs, so I'm going to make a bold assumption that if you're sat next to somebody, they are your travelling or companions for today, and if you're not, then you are a singleton. So, I'm very quickly going to do some speed dating. So, I'm going to call you Group 1. Please remember the number. Group 1, Group 2. You two gentlemen there, please. Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, Group 6, and yourself, sir, and the gentleman at the back there, Group 7. Okay, if you can remember that, guys, it's fairly easy. We're going to start the tour. Groups 1 to 3 are staying on board the aircraft. So Group 1 started the flight deck. Group 2 will be just outside the flight deck here with the other pilot, having some piloty chat. Group 3, you get the plum job. You're going with our lovely cabin crew today to walk the aircraft. And Groups 4, 5, 6 and 7, you've got the short straw today, guys. You start with engineers. So you'll be leaving the aircraft the way you came in, back down the stairs, out of L2, onto the mezzanine. There'll be crew to direct you down the stairs. So Group 4, you're going straight to the engine, which is at the bottom of the stairs. I'll be taking Group 5, and we'll position Group 6 and 7. So we've got about 5 minutes, guys, on each station. We all swap round, and then we're all done. Okay, guys? Any questions? Okay, have a great tour, guys. Ask questions, use the opportunity, and build up an appetite. Okay, I will see you downstairs.
Thank you.
Have fun, guys. That's great. Have fun, guys.
Thank you.
Have fun.
From there you're going to go across to the Trent 1000 engine and the CF6 that's fitted to this aeroplane, and then from there you start at the big yellow toolbox and we'll take you through that, and then you do a complete loop and come back to where you started, and then from there you're up the stairs back on the aeroplane to do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you want to make your way, you can go down the stairs to
Hiya, how you doing?
Hello.
I'm Lee Butterfield, I'm Head of Asset Management at Virgin. So looking after the aircraft that come in, and all the new aircraft coming in the fleet, and I'm exiting all of these from the fleet as well. So pretty dynamic. So just got a couple of minutes just to show you these engines here. So how familiar are you with how busy it is under the cowls on there? And when we get up and have a closer look at this one, you'll see the difference. 36 fan blades on that one. And they're narrower fan blades as well. As you see, the blade design has completely changed. Much lighter weight, sort of wider chord blades now on these. But just I'll point out a couple of bits to you and shout if there's any questions.
Yeah, sure.
Around. And just up there on the right hand side, you can just see the oil tank up there, so that's the oil service tank.
Yep.
And the guys get to it, see the little panel just up there. So what you can see just there is the what's known as the accessory gearbox, and there's a shaft that runs along there to that transfer gearbox up inside the engine, and that shaft drives that gearbox, which then turns all of these accessories. So you've got like your hydromechanical unit, fuel pump, a generator that generates electrical power for the aircraft. It's all driven off that, but also during the start sequence it works in reverse. So here's your pneumatic starter motor.
Oh yeah.
So it takes pneumatics from the APU, the auxiliary power unit, so compressed air, which drives that starter motor, which then turns the gearbox, which turns that shaft, which turns the engine. When it gets up to a certain speed, fuel is injected and ignition, and then the engine becomes self-sustaining and the starter disconnects. And that's a manual drive tool. So if you need to, if the start valve isn't working properly, as commanded by the flight deck, the guys can stand under the engine and turn that and manually start it. So it all starts running above your head. It's quite exciting to do.
Awesome.
That's the generator there. A bit more of a gearbox. Hydraulic pump there that provides hydraulic power for the flying controls and whatnot. These are there was like blade cracking and stuff like that, so we've changed a lot of these engines over the last few years.
Sure.
But Rolls-Royce are getting on top of it now, and we were the first fleet to actually go zero AOG. So you'll go to a lot of airports and you'll see 787s parked up with no engines on. We don't have any now. We've got a fully serviceable fleet now.
Yeah.
It's a coal burner, but it was as engines come on, we have to say they're much cleaner.
Yeah.
So this bit here, that's where the thrust reversers would wrap round here. So when it's installed, and obviously there's no inlet cowl fitted to this, and there's no exhaust nozzle fitted either. It's just a bare engine. So that would all get put on when the engine's installed, usually taken from the engine that's coming off.
Yeah.
But the guys here can change the CFCs in usually about probably end to end about 11 hours, ready to run it and test it. So these take a bit longer, they're a little bit more complicated. But we've got the specialist engine change equipment over there, so you'll go past that in a minute.
Sure.
Ceiling crane.
Right, so this is one of the toolboxes we use in the hangar. This is a general kit, so it's got basically the general maintenance tools. We can have more specialised toolkits for airframe repairs, sheet metal and stuff like that, but this is one of the general kits.
Yeah.
So you can have one person using this, or you can have maybe sort of up to 10. I think it's not limited amount of people you can have using it, but there's a certain amount of tools in there, so we share it. But basically we introduce these for tool control and safety, because it negates the chance of tools going missing. We keep track of all the tools we use in the airplane. Of course we don't want to be sending an airplane flying if it's got a tool somewhere where it shouldn't be, so of course these are controlled by computers and things like that, and that speaks to there's a Wi-Fi in there that speaks to the management desks upstairs, and they can see where the tools are, what tools are issued to particular aircraft, and what tools are issued to particular people.
Yeah.
So we have a badge that we scan into it, and then it gives you a choice of aircraft. In this case it's just got one, but sometimes it can be multiple aircraft, but this box is specifically for G-VROY.
Sure.
The tool from here, if it's out, it's going to be used on G-VROY. Just open, step back, and then basically we've just got drawers full of lovely snap-on tools. So what you do is we've got plastic boxes on top. So if you're doing a job, it's quite a lot of time you know exactly what tools you can use, and sometimes you're like, not sure exactly what size spanner you're going to use, so you take a selection. But for instance, we take a ratchet and we take a couple of sockets out of those various locations, and then when we close it, you can see there's a camera under here, and you can actually see what tools I've taken out.
That's fancy.
It registers what you've got. It registers what you've got.
So they're registered to my badge, so this toolbox now knows that I've got, under my name, I've got these 3 tools. And then we lock the box and we go off and we do our job. Use the tools. So
Awesome.
at the end of a maintenance period, if the airplane's finishing the maintenance period and they want to take it out of the hangar, obviously the first thing we need to know is whether there's all the tools in that. So what the management will do is they'll go on upstairs and they'll say, oh, Paul, so you've still got 3 tools out. And I go, okay, yes, I know exactly where they are, because that's generally how it should be. And I'll come downstairs and I'll replace the tools. So it's the same sort of process moving there. Set the airplane, put it all the way out. Yeah, and it shows there's like a little red lines around the tool, the actual specific tool.
Oh wow.
Because if other people are using the toolbox and there could be that ratchet there out and that ratchet there out to somebody else, where it's flashing there, it's actually saying that ratchet there is mine, as opposed to that one.
You guys will be free to do that.
Career highlights.
Career highlights. Well, people ask me, I don't really have a highlight of flying the 747. I think just generally it's such a nice airplane to fly that I fly the 787 now, and the 787 is very clever, but it's very automated. Whereas this thing, it's like a light aircraft, so you can do things with it. You can arrive somewhere fast, put speed brake out, slow down, and you will land easy. Going into Orlando, air traffic will leave you high. Can you get it in from there? Yeah, of course you can. 747, speed brake out, round the corner, land. So, and that's what I really enjoyed about flying this thing. I transitioned to the 787, which is very slippery. My first few flights, I come blasting into Heathrow at 10,000 miles an hour, trying to slow down and then you can stop. So, yeah, so I mean, the career highlight, if you like, is that I got to fly this thing.
Yeah.
I did six and a half years now. So my last flight was March last year.
Yeah.
And it was actually on this aircraft, on G-VROY, back into Manchester from Orlando.
Bittersweet.
Yeah, and it was, the captain was a new captain, so he has to do all the landings. So my last flight, I'll get a landing. No, mate, captain has to do it.
At least you were there.
But I was there, absolutely, absolutely.
Fantastic.
I'm an Air Force reservist.
Okay.
So I got mobilised back in April.
Yeah.
So I'm actually in the Air Force at the moment. I fly the Hercules normally.
Oh, fantastic.
So I was flying Hercules 2 days ago, and I put this uniform back on. I've come in today to do this. And then I'm back to the airline in January.
Yeah.
Back onto the 787. But the guys that are flying at the moment are working very hard. You know, the aircraft are working really hard. We've got cargo operation going, passengers restarting as well. So people are working hard, but it's keeping the company alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Those of us that aren't working at the moment, the company are eternally grateful for the work they're doing.
Yeah.
But we had some, when I joined the company, we had some 747s based at Heathrow. So those would do the West Coast, the LAs, the San Franciscos.
Yeah.
So those were nice to get. But the bulk of my flying on this has been Caribbean, Orlando, and then latterly a bit of stuff out of Manchester, which was good fun.
Right on the way.
I wish I was doing champagne, not the console.
I'm just going to be down the end, so you take time.
Thank you. Oh wow, this is fantastic. Hi.
Got some seats for you here.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. table out.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nothing. You doing all 3 sessions today? Or just this one?
No, just this one. I did a double one, yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Any teas or coffees?
Thank you much. Thank you.
Thank you.